What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Grand Theft Auto Fix. It's your man, the Spaceman, on the heels of the Court Center heist, which just came out around 5 a.m. Eastern, or earlier this morning of this day. It was a great heist. Me and the missus played it. We had a great time. We tried to go in a little sneaky. We just came in aggressive and hard, got the biggest bag, and we got ourselves up out of there. Maybe not the biggest bag because we didn't complete all the lists of the buyer. They have those three art items that they want. We didn't do that. As we get better and everything, we'll do that, and I'll be churning out videos and showing you guys tips, tricks, and things like that that I personally find on my own. I'll try to be as unique as possible as far as whatever I notice, right? But speaking of the Court Center heist, with the good comes the bad, because as the Court Center heist has been revealed, just about all other heists have been sacrificed. They've been sacrificed to the Court Center, including Cluckin Bell, which doesn't even have heist in the title. I mean, let's be real. It is a little mini heist, but even that has been sacrificed. We're going to get into it. I'm going to break down all the details. I put together a nice little presentation, and I'm going to be very clear, concise, and you're going to have a full understanding of what this nerfing or this decrease in payout is all about, why it's happening, the exact numbers, and everything of that caliber. So, all right, let's get right into it right now, shall we? The Great Heist Nerf. GTA's online controversial economy rebalance. The old versus the new payouts fully explained, right? Okay, now why do we have a payouts crash, right? Analysts analyzing Rockstar's strategy to balance the meta, penalize repeated grinds, and drive engagement to the new Court Center heist. It's like I said, they're sacrificing the other heists to put all the attention on the brand new Court Center, which even it itself is following this new paradigm or this new model of decreased payouts. You see, it didn't even really start with the Court Center heist. As you know, when it was advertised, they said that as you do it through the week, yes, you could keep grinding it out, you could keep playing it, but you're going to get less money every time you do it, due to something that they're explaining in the story narrative as buyer fatigue. They don't want to keep buying the same thing again, so they're going to pay you less for it, right? But this trend actually started a few weeks, maybe 1-2 months ago, with GTA Online's anti-cheat system, or their efforts to go against hackers and modders and stuff like that. Remember the car duping situation that happened, the big ban wave that I think is still going on, right? What did that result in? It resulted in not being able to get top dollar if you want to sell your vehicles. There's a max of $500,000. Now, it's always been where if you sell a vehicle, one time you'll get a certain price. If you sell it again, like let's say if you happen to have another one of them, they're going to pay you a little less and less and less. That's always been a thing. But they put it on steroids now. You know, they put it on Crush or whatever that substance that Brucey be pumping in the game, right? The max payout you can get for a vehicle is $500,000. And like, I think I don't even know the numbers. It's just so ridiculous. If you try to sell even another vehicle, I think you'll get something way ridiculously less. You do it a third time, it's not even worth the amount that you paid modding it. Like, it's ridiculous, right? And that totally nerfed the salvage yard, because the beautiful thing about the salvage yard is, if it's a car that you already own, that you perform the salvage yard and you get your money up in and you get the car, but you already own that car, you in the past would be able to then sell the car that you already had owned and get top dollar for it if you paid money for it, right? Millions to 1.2 point something million, whatever it is, right? But now with a max of 500,000, it's not even worth it. So if you do a salvage yard robbery and you get a car that you already have, you might as well just sell it or break it down for parts or sell it or whatever. You know, not keep it, not claim. Well, not always can you claim it, but you know, basically do not sell your original car that you already had. It's not even worth it, right? So to me, the first nerfing in this trend of decreased payouts of perpetual usage of things started with the salvage yard. It started with the payout decrease and the cap on payouts of selling your vehicles, right? So they're saying they're trying to bring engagement to court center heists. I think it's a little deeper than that. I think that they're just in general trying to knock the hustle and stop people from spamming, I guess is a term they might use, heists over and over and over again by extremely decreasing the payouts, right? So let's get into it. Okay, the weekly rotation, right? Now, this is kind of a good thing, right? If you're the type that just do heists casually and stuff like that, you'll actually get more money for these heists the first time you do it within a weekly time because you'll get a weekly bonus, right? Completing any major heist finale for the first time each week awards the weekly completion bonus. This boost returns the host and associate payers back to pre-nerf amounts, and in some cases even higher. So not all heists are paying more than they did prior to this change, but even some of them will pay you a little bit more than they used to the first time a week that you do it, where others will just pay you what you're used to being able to get over and over again. Now you can just get it the first time you do it in a week, right? This is how they explain it in the storyline. Buyer fatigue penalty. Looping the exact same heist multiple times in a single weekly cycle activates the buyer fatigue penalty. Subsequent payouts are hit with massive flat reductions of 30 to 40% per run. All right, Cayo Perico, that's the popular one. That's the one people love to grind and just, make billions off of, right? The Cayo Perico has been slashed. Oh, man. Whoa. Now, we already know to get like the high quality stuff like the pink diamond, they already put like and I explained it a couple videos ago, where if you the first time you do the Cayo Perico heist, you'll have the highest chance of getting the highest paying thing, the pink diamond. Subsequent performances of the heist make your chance of getting the pink diamond less and less and less. So that was already bad enough, but now look at this. The old numbers. Pink diamond used to pay 1.3 million. Now it's paying $910,000, 30% reduction. The bearer bonds paid $770,000. Now it's 616, 20% reduction. Pearl necklace, 700,000. Now a 20% reduction, paying out no more than 560,000. The Cincimito tequila, the cheap stuff, $630,000 is the old amount you get. Now it's $400,000, a 36.5 reduction. Secondary targets have also been reduced by a flat 10% rate across cash, coke, weed, painting, and gold. My goodness. Okay. Casino vault cuts. This is the one that, me and my lady love to just do. This is our favorite thing. Prior to Court Center, and that might turn into our next favorite thing, especially after this, but we love doing Diamond Casino heists, right? They've cut that up too, right? Diamond Casino has been nerfed, cut like the finest diamond, right? Vault target payouts have dropped significantly for repeated runs, right? Again, first time you do it, no reduction. If you keep doing it within that 7-day, that weekly period, these are the reductions. If you get diamonds, if they give diamonds as a special for the week or whatever, it's been slashed down to $2,303,000. The gold has been slashed down to $1,809,500. The art slashed down to $1,645,000. Cash, which was already sucked, has been slashed down to $400,000. That's insane. Doomsday and Cluckin Bell, the highly challenging Doomsday heist, has been hit with a flat 40% cut rate on subsequent runs after the first time you do it. I'll start from the bottom. Act 1 used to pay $975,000. Look at this. 40% reduction. Now it's only going to pay you $585,000. Act 2, Bogdan. Old amount you get, $1,425,000. Now, no more than $855,000. Act 3. Used to be able to get a whopping near $2 million, $1.8 million. Now you get $1,000,000 $80,000. And keep in mind, that's not a solo friendly run. You have to have a partner. So what type of bag are you splitting, right? Cluckin Bell Raid, right? The popular solo-friendly heist has been scaled down by another 40% for subsequent plays. Act 1 used to give you 975,000 down to 585,000. Wait a minute. I do not know what this means. Yeah, because no. This is wrong. This is wrong. See, this is why when I put presentations and I use AI, sometimes we gotta correct them. You're messing up right now, right? The Cluckin Bell Raid used to pay $500,000. Now, because I did do my research, I don't know why it did not translate when I asked it to put something together, but now the Cluckin Bell Raid subsequent playthroughs of it is going to only pay $400,000. Terrible. Okay, now I'm looking at this thing a little suspect, all right? Base payout drops compared, right? Okay, this is just a graphic of everything that I said. Wow. Now, here's another one where they're kind of messing up. The contract, of, as everyone knows, pays $1 million normally. See, my PC character is broke, right? I have a my character's cheap. See, the only thing I really have is the agency as far as heist related stuff or mission related stuff that pays good. So I was really relying on that $1 million payout, do it again, do it a couple times, and I get more things, yada yada yada, right? Don't know what this graphic is talking about, but as many of you know, it paid a flat out $1 million. I think now the new rate, don't quote me, I think as part of the weekly challenge, the first time you do it, you'll get another 100,000, so 1.1 million total. But if you do it again and again and again and again, it's been cut down to, I think, $900,000, right? Okay, now this is correct. Doomsday Act 3, as we said, 1.8 million, the old rate. Now you only get a little over $1 million. Look at this, the Cayo Perico pink diamond. Okay, let's move on. The grinder tax, 40% maximum base reduction. So a lot of stuff has been cut down by 40%. That's the maximum cut. I guess they didn't want to slash it in half. They didn't want to get too crazy. The cost of speed. Efficient solo grinds like the Bogdan Problem and the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid are penalized the most heavily, under the new update. Rockstar's adjustments aim to make multi-activity cooperative gameplay far more lucrative than loopable solo activity. So the excuse is they're trying to get friends together and, sharing is caring and get people to work in teams. So they say. I say they're trying to get shark card purchases up and GTA Plus memberships up and things of that caliber, right? Now, for anybody that wants to tackle some interesting math, you can look at this. I'm not going to mess with this. It's just some extra stuff. The decaying ROI. Calculate your net weekly payout margin using this exact decay equation. I'm not going there. You could pause it. You could copy that. If you could tell me what that means in the comments. It looks Martian to me. I don't know. The nerf ledger. Here's a chart that hopefully accurately expresses what's going on, right? Okay, with Cayo Perico, I guess they're taking the highest paying thing. They're saying the old base payout, 1.3, new base payout, 910, 30% cut. Doomsday Heists, Act 3, cut by 40%. Cluckin Bell Farm Raid, do not look at this. There is no Act 3 in the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid. Just know the old payout, 500,000, new payout, 400,000. So the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid was actually reduced, I believe, by 20%, right? The contract. Again, don't go by this graphic. It paid $1 million. Now it's going to pay you 910,000. However, I think the first time you do it in a new week, it'll pay 1.1 million. Diamond Casino, 30% maximum gold. I don't know why. Okay, I guess gold is the highest payout after diamonds, and diamonds they only do on special occasions. So they say the old base payout, 2,585,000. Now 30% reduction, 1,809,500. Additional meta shifts, host setup fees. Hosts face heavily inflated setup costs, although associates get 3 times the payout on the setups. So when you do your setups, if you do it with a person that's an associate with you and you're the host of it, they'll get a 3 times payout. You don't get that. The host must now absorb the setup costs, and it diminishes the solo profitability. Okay. Target cooldowns. Caio Perico solo target chances now refresh over 7 real days, as I was saying, instead of 3, resulting in Tequila spawning 80% of the time on repeated loops. And that's terrible because Tequila is the worst loot, main target loot that you want to get because it pays the least. But 80% of the time, now you'll get that under those conditions. Co-op incentives. Playing in teams remains untouched by the solo cooldown limits, reflecting Rockstar's forceful push towards multiplayer lobbies over solo grinds. The intended alternative, here we go, the Court Center heist. Look at me, look at me. That's what Court Center is saying right now. July 2026 update introduces a lucrative museum art heist, forcing grinders to shift focus. It requires a mansion, and they say a $3.7 million art studio upgrade. Now, I had it a little bit wrong. Actually, I didn't have it wrong because I said the art upgrade will be at least $3 million. They're saying it's 3.7 million. Maybe my memory is escaping me, but when I did it yesterday and I bought it, I had a $2 million discount because I have GTA Plus that gives you $1 million discount, and then if you already own the mansion, you get another $1 million discount. But I'm pretty sure the actual cost of the art studio was 4.7 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it said, right? So I predict it'll be about 300 million. I mean, 3 million, it was 4.7 million. Technically, I said it'll be at least 3 million, but I did think it'll be closer to that number. So they're charging actually an insane amount for that art studio, 4.7. So get it now before the $1 million discount is over. And if you have GTA Plus before that $1 million discount is over, because altogether you'll have a $2 million discount. I paid, 2.7 million, I think. Yep. That is right. Yeah. All right. Stealing the La Dernière du Botch pays $1,925,000 on the first run. Subsequent runs drop to a terrible $300,000 to $500,000 per week. Wow. See, I've yet to do a subsequent run of the Court Center heist. We only did it one time. So this is actually new to me. According to this, let's hope they're correct. You steal the main loot, it could pay about 1.9 million. I think that has to include at least some secondary stuff. Because when we did it last night, we got off with a good like 2 million. But we took a few high item secondary things. But, and this is what they said when they were describing the Court Center heist in the promo stuff. They did say it's going to pay less and less and less your subsequent runs of it. But look how crazy that is. It's going to drop to a terrible 3 to 500K for the subsequent runs. So I guess that means you do it the second time, it'll be 500K. Third time, maybe 400. Fourth time, maybe 300. That's crazy. Crazy. What's your grind? Are these heist payout cuts the final nail in the coffin for grinding in GTA Online, or is the Court Center heist worth the entrance fee? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for the best GTA breakdowns and guides. As AI talking, I love them. I love them for that, right? But let's talk about it. This is terrible for people like, let's say, me and my PC account that pretty much just has a Deluxo because I got it on sale, and an agency where I was relying on the Dre heist. Now, granted, that didn't reduce too much. If it's 900,000 subsequent runs, that's not too bad. But take like Caio Perico or something that was like top tier grinder friendly. Keep doing it, and your bag gets better and better, right? And take someone that's a fairly new player or doesn't have much. They got themselves a Kasaka, they got a Sparrow. You know, that's their get around vehicle, not the MK2 oppressor, right? And they're just trying to run up the Caio bag so then they could get other businesses and do this and that, right? It's terrible for them. It's terrible. It's terrible for y'all. It's terrible for me on my PC character, right? Now, if you have like all the stuff, like I do on my PS5 characters, I think both of them are maxed out with all the missions and everything in the heist, then all right. It may even be a little bit of a benefit. You could just, expand your portfolio, so to speak, play Oscar Guzman, play some Doomsday, play the Court Center, do some Diamond Casino each time, one time, and then every week you'll get the weekly bonus, so you'll actually get a bit of a buff. But you have the ability to expand your stuff and do it with various things. But if that's not you, this is terrible. This is bad for the new players. So what's that going to do? What they're hoping, I think it'll do, will get people to get shark cards or get people to try out a GTA Plus membership. That's what I think that whole thing is about. I don't think it's just as straightforward as, hey, we want you to check out the Court Center Heist. We want you to play together, find pairs, work together. That's the reason why. No, that's not the reason why they're doing that. Not to me. I don't think so. So that's your presentation real quick. Those are the details of the nerfing of heists all across the board. All other heists have been sacrificed to the Court Center at the altar. That big round thing in the middle of the Court Center, Cluckin Bell, Doomsday, Diamond Casino, Kyle, all of that, they've been sacrificed at the Court Center altar. The big art piece. Just to put focus on that and to put focus on shark cards and to put focus on GTA Plus memberships. Allegedly. That's my opinion. I'm going to catch y'all soon, man. I'm going to keep doing the Court Center, try out different methods, and come back with, things that I find and stuff of that caliber. What do you think about this? I think it's crazy.